Do this shit until they murder me.
Hello everyone. Just wanted to do a short video on something that I've been asked a lot, and that is switching the MR2 slave cylinder to the Camry style slave cylinder of the same year. This is the type of slave cylinder that's on the MR2 from the factory, and as you can see, it's got the two hard lines that go into it, these two hard lines, and then go into this piece here. So they go on this side, on the back, and this is your bleeder. This is where the clutch line goes. So this bolts to the motor like this. So you can modify this like I did to get rid of this top piece. I cut this piece off because there's a lot, these two pieces kind of they go on top of it here. I'll show a picture of it here just so you can see what it sort of looks like, but you can get rid of that and free up some space. So let me show you what it looks like on the motor. Okay, I know I said motor just now, but I meant transmission. So anyways, as you can see, you do need to get rid of those pieces on this bracket in order for it to not interfere with this slave cylinder. So as you can see, you can just clear it. You kind of go just straight with that line, and you got enough clearance. So, and for those of you that have asked me how much of the block you clearance, because I know it's a little hard to gauge off of the pictures that I have. So for those doing a cannibal kit, you need to clearance the block in order to run even the normal slave. So you just need to clearance a little bit more for this one, but here is sort of how you gauge. You see, this is where it mounts to the motor. And as you can see, it's what, maybe half an inch protruding away from this plane. So, and same with down here, as you can see, maybe, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch. So that's how much you have to clearance in order for the cannibal kit, in order for this cannibal kit piece to this adapter to motor, to mate to the motor. Again, I highly advise you do. I mean, you don't have to do this. I've never really tried it with the factory one here, with the factory slave cylinder and this gigantic piece that it comes up and then it curves this way, sort of, and then the slave cylinder from the factory bolts behind that or on top of it. I don't remember, but either way, this is just to give you an idea of how this goes. And this is where the two shifter cables are held with the C clips here. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you guys for now. This is the factory clutch line. I just have it looped in here so it doesn't leak. But it's not very long, and it doesn't hook into this. I mean, it does, but it's not long. So what I usually do is just take this to like a hydraulic hose place here locally, take them this line and say, and the slave cylinder, and say, I need a line however many inches long. I think I only need 16 inches long with the fitting with this fitting up here, so that it mates into the factory Toyota hardline, and then it goes into here just fine. So I don't know, I think Hux Racing, and I think maybe some other vendor actually makes one for us already, but you know, just something to think about. One other thing that I wanted to go over was something that somebody asked me, since I posted a picture on Instagram of the coolant overflow tank, how I have that set up. This is just like a cheap $20 stainless steel overflow tank that I got off of eBay, and I'm running the same type in my car. This is like what they use in the rat rods. It comes with its own bracketry and stuff, but I bent this bracket here to mount here, and I had to drill this a little wider, since these slots are not very wide, they're very narrow, and I didn't want to use the smaller hardware. Instead, I wanted to use a 10mm bolt. So in order to tuck this away into the corner, as you can see, the side pieces here for the MR2 will cover most of this. I think it'll, as you can see, this bolt here, this is where it starts, so it'll literally cover. You'll only see the outside of this, and actually, you know what, by the time I have this cinched down, you probably won't even see it. So it's like I said, these things are like 20 bucks on eBay, shipped. They're very effective, and they don't have any nipples on top. As you can see, there's one at the bottom and one all the way at the top. That's the overflow nipple. They're both at the bottom. So if you put your overflow at the bottom here, you just it goes straight off your coolant neck, and then the purge. So whatever you want, if it fills up, you just kind of throw it down or whatever you want. So yeah, I just wanted to go over that really quick since I got a bunch of questions on that. So I hope that helps you out. So I'll see you all on the next one, guys. Peace.